Hey guys, Tony B in the CLE here. It's after midnight. Everybody here's asleep. I came down to water some of these plants that I have down here. I got a lot of starts, various different types going on right now. Um, I'm overwintering some peppers and eggplants, and so they need to be watered. I got a big container of, they got to be onions or uh, leeks, and those guys are over here in a big container right here, as you can see right here, right. And there are all those other plants that I'm overwintering. It's the first time I've attempted this, so I don't really have much confidence in how well that's going to work. Some of them, some of those eggplants, I think, or some of those peppers, some of them appear to be drying up a little bit. They should be looking more green, but I got a few of them that's kind of looking more woodish, but they're still growing. They're still a lot of them are still showing leaves. So I'm getting, yeah, I think they'll make it. I think somewhere I heard where you have to just give them enough water. Don't uh, have them thinking it's time to you know to uh, to start growing per se. Because you don't want too much growth at this time, but you want to make sure that you can keep the plants alive. And I got a few of them here in the corner here, and a few over there. But just to share with you some other things that I've started. They're over here. Let's see. Let me get rid of some of this stuff. And so this time of night is always a good time to where I can, it's quiet. I can sit back and reflect on, my plans, future plans for the kind of things I want to have going on in the garden. And so there's no wrong or right. I mean, you can spend a lot of time thinking about what kind of flowers and pollinators that you might want to go in the garden. In addition to some of the veggies, like right now, I've got all kinds of stuff down here. Let's see. Let's move in here a little bit so you can see. I've got some. I got some collards, mustards in here that I'm starting, and on my mind you, this desk belonged to my son's when he was in elementary school, and it's always been down here, so you don't really necessarily need to go out and buy any kind of special stuff. I mean, I got a couple tray tables, the old tray tables that's holding some of these plants. So, I always try to emphasize that you don't necessarily need a whole bunch of new stuff, to do this kind of thing. I mean, there's always a way around, um, to you know, get the kind of things that you need in order to, be a successful gardener. Like so, one thing, one thing I have going here are figs. I never grew figs, and the reason I decided to grow some figs was because my aunt, my dad's sister, told me about growing up in the South and having a fig tree in her yard. So I always, that kind of stuck with me for quite a while, and so you know, out of nowhere, I think I went on eBay and then decided that I would send off for some seeds from Greece, of all places. And yeah, I didn't know what was going to happen. I thought they eventually get here, and you know, at some point, I thought they might get lost in the mail for that matter. But they showed up. It came in an envelope, and it was like three or four varieties of these figs, and so I got three that I can show you that I labeled because I kind of got them mixed up. But there's an Italian everbearing fig, and then I got brown turkey fig, real little bitty seedlings in there. And then I got a Greek honey fig. So I thought that was interesting. I just thought that, and I don't know how well figs grow in our climate. My aunt lives in Canton, so, but I'm gonna work hard to grow these plants up for her. And I made a few extras, so we'll both share. We'll share these figs. So I'm sure she'll be happy, just that because I made the effort to grow them for her. And let's see what else do I have down here. I got Olympia hybrid spinach. Hadn't started yet though. The only things that and I've been hearing so much about these shishito peppers, about how good they are. Matter of fact, I was watching some YouTube videos, and I think it was the Yellow Door Homestead. I think it was Asia on the Yellow Door Homestead, Urban Homestead, where she was raving about these shishito peppers. So I decided to grow some as well, and so they're coming up nice. I got three nice shishito peppers that's coming up like that right now. Really beautiful, coming up good, nice. And so let's see. And they grew well. Didn't take a whole lot of anything. They germinated pretty quick. Now the figs didn't germinate that quick. They took a long time, and they're kind of slow growing. But I'm sticking with them. I'm providing them with a lot of TLC to make sure they get up and going. And something else, I like to grow flowers too because I really like nice array of different types of flowers, particularly for my front yard as well. Matter of fact, I got a lot of nice flowers and plants from my aunt, because she has huge yard, huge property, with all kinds of plant life around her place. And so she would always gift me a lot of plants, and I've always used them and put them in. A lot of them made arrangements in my front yard, primarily, and they, I really dedicate a lot of those plants, to her. We talk quite often, and we call each other or FaceTime each other, and we talk about our plants, and then I'll always show her the progress that her plants are making. So that's pretty cool. It's really gratifying, and I'm glad that we share that. We've really gotten a lot closer. You know, uh, she's my dad's younger sister, and we've really gotten a lot closer over recent years. Maybe so. I really value. I really treasure that relationship that we built, particularly around the thing that we have in common, and that's this stuff. We really have a great time with our plants. So, but anyway, yeah. So I got these things. I got some red cabbage over here in the corner. A lot of stuff that I probably just um, started those seeds, just within the last few days, because I've been trying to make a few videos, just to get this channel started. It's really hard, but it's really intimidating to some degree. But I think I'm gradually getting a little bit more comfortable. It's certainly a lot to think about, and it's pretty easy to probably get overwhelmed. But then again, I fight that off and then just do what I'm doing now, just kind of jumping out there, taking that leap of faith and just moving forward because it's something I really do truly uh, believe in. It's something that I really want to see become successful. I want to really build a true community of gardeners, and then I'm doing a lot of networking too. I began to talk to some local merchants. Nobody sponsored me or anything like that, but they were very receptive. They were, I mean, it was really amazing. I was really surprised how how comfortable they were with the idea, and and of course, I'm sure they like to get a plug about for their companies and everything, but at the same time, um, they really seemed to be excited about it, just excited as I was, which really surprised me. I certainly was not expecting that. Um, so we're moving forward. Um, Something else I did is, you know, I decided to buy a couple yards of compost. So I went to one of the larger landscaping companies locally here in Cleveland, and then I'll talk more about them in another video because uh, they'll probably want they I'll probably end up doing an interview with a couple real nice guys that I met. They're real cool dudes, and so I made my order, and so that compost won't arrive here until sometimes in April. No, April 15th, tax day. That's when it's coming. And so, I got that compost because I'm really, you know, uh, just going full steam ahead on getting all my beds in tip top shape. I'm trying to practice what I preach, and I want you guys to do the same. And if you don't have large gardens, if you're just gonna have a kitchen garden, or if you just want to have a container garden, I mean, I'm cool with that too. You mean just start, hey, start just starting seeds in the windowsill in the kitchen or someplace, or you know, and we'll talk more about the seed starting piece, in another video because I have some ideas for that too. I mean, I've heard so much. I've really uh, tried to see what a lot of the gardeners are doing. The homesteaders and the large scale gardeners, and I pretty much you know looked at a lot of what's happening out there. A lot of good stuff is going on. I mean, I really like what I'm seeing. I mean, it's kept my attention up to this time. I mean, I never thought I'd be watching gardening videos. I mean, in my spare time, you know, most of the most that I ever watched on TV probably is the Golf Channel up until the time I started getting into this gardening thing. But it's really taken off with me. And I see there's a whole big community out there that I want to be more of a part of. I want to participate and really see what I can make of this. So, um, and as I said, I just had a moment this evening. I just was you kind of you can only watch so much TV, or you can only do so much of before the night before the night's end, before I head to bed. But like I really just want to take this time though to thank the people that's jumped on board with me, and all the people that's really been supportive. I mean, as I said, I've been getting nothing but a lot of positive feedback from people. I think uh, a lot of the folks around me are just as excited. They reached out to me on Facebook and Instagram and various different things, and so I'm really, I'm really looking forward to uh, where this is gonna go. I mean, I'm gonna really give this a good effort, and hopefully, if you're patient, that we can come up with some good content for us urban gardeners here. I really want to see this thing jump off the ground. So that's pretty much it. I mean, just I wanted to show you a couple little things that I had going. But I think the next time you hear from me, it's going to probably be about seed starting. I got a couple of things that I ordered that I needed to have come in. So once that does, then I'm going to get back. So you won't probably hear from me for another week or so. But and I didn't mean on kind of you know, flooding the YouTube waves out there. But I really wanted to put a blast out there to let you guys know I'm pretty serious about what I'm doing. So, in any case, hey, everybody be well, have a good night, and like I said, I'm gonna probably check with y'all like sometime next week at this point, and so I can get some things together, and so I have something good for you then. All right. So, with that, I think we're gonna wrap it up and say good night. See you, folks. Easy.